Live from Robert Hansen Field at Lee Archer Stadium in San Diego, California. It's time for the nightcap here from the Simulation Football League on your Saturday night. It's the Florida Storm and the San Diego Mavericks. The Storm 8-2, still chasing the #1 overall seed. And the San Diego Mavericks without a win, looking for their first franchise victory against their owners' old stomping grounds. We've got a good one for you tonight, and bringing you all the action is myself, Michael DeLittle, along with Benji Matson, Rochelle Colston, and Tom Rahman. Benji, it's a grudge match out west in prime time.
Good evening, Michael. Pleasure to be here in the booth with you tonight for this one. An interesting pair of teams do battle tonight in San Diego. San Diego looking for their first win on the season. This new young club led by Optimus Klein. They had a difficult season, but they are getting better each week. They would love nothing more tonight than to deal the Florida Storm a loss. The Florida Storm are storming towards the playoffs, winners of 5 in a row. They have their sights on the big prize this season. Tonight is a tune-up for them. They're firing at all cylinders. They look to just tweak things a little bit, but keep the Storm barreling towards the playoffs. It'll be an interesting game tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing both teams in action tonight, Michael.
Florida in the driver's seat, looking to win their 4th SFL title. Tonight, San Diego stands in their way. We are underway. Florida will get the ball first. Returned out just shy of the 25-yard line. Here the starting offense for the Florida Storm. Ron Cochran in at quarterback. Charlie the Bullet Blitzky's their dynamite running back. J.W. Joyle in at fullback. Stephen Bush, Jeff Como, E.J. Mintzer, the wide receivers. Verodin Zarkov at tight end. Joseph Wade and Greg McDonaldson are on the offensive line. So 1st and 10 for the 24. Trips left, single right. Cochran fires over the middle. And a 5-yard pickup to the 30. Here is the defense for San Diego. Joe Duncan, Mufasa Kamau, KT Slayer, and Denzel Maverick are the defensive line. Peter Mitchell, Devin King, and Carson Miller at linebacker. Ron Hoff, Jacob Clear at corner. Ray Linarl and Mike Ryan at safety. So on 2nd and 5, second play from scrimmage, it's a fullback handoff to Doyle, and he's going to go nowhere. Slowed up and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. So Benji, what does San Diego have to do on defense today to keep this game close and give their offense a chance?
Well, we're watching Ron Cochran come to the line here. He's having a fantastic season. San Diego is going to have to do everything they can to keep the points down in this game.
Well, there's a fumble on the reception picked up by San Diego. Pete Mitchell with the early turnover, but this one is probably going to go to a review.
Well, this is what they're going to need tonight. The Mavericks are opportunistic on the defensive side of the ball. Florida loves to run and gun. Ron Cochran, again, having one of his greatest seasons in his long SFL career. We'll see if they review this. I'm not quite sure they're going to throw the laundry on the field yet. Haven't seen it. And there we go.
There is Max Paul. Good old Max Paul. Owner, head coach, offensive and defensive coordinator, 3-time SFL champion as an owner. He knows what he's doing, and he throws the challenge flag. We're going to get a second look at this. Let's see if the receiver made a football move. That was E.J. Minson on the reception.
I think we might see this one coming back.
After review, the receiver did have possession.
And we will indeed see this one coming back. Max Paul happy. The Florida Storm do not turn the ball over. And they don't turn the ball over that much at all. Florida number 4 in turnovers with 18. San Diego actually turns the ball over less. They've only turned the ball over 16 times this season. But it does bring up 4th and 5, so instead of getting the ball inside Florida territory, San Diego will get the ball in less good field position. Their returner is Jacob Clear, formerly of the Houston Hyenas, and he brings it up to the 35-yard line. Here's the starting offense for the San Diego Mavericks. Javier Vasquez in at quarterback. Jalen Beanie Wells is the running back. Nick Hageland at fullback. Ryan Owens, Shea Carroll, and Connor Weston at wide receiver. Stephen McMichaels at tight end, and also Optimus Klein, the leading receiver in Florida Storm history, goes at tight end for San Diego. Vasquez in the gun to start the ball game, rolls to his right, over the middle, knocked away. Heavy hit from the safety, knocked the ball out of the hands of the receiver.
Big hit in the secondary there. Knocked that one loose. We're going to see some excellent play by this Florida Storm defense. Always good on the defensive side of the ball. And they are setting some great marks in the leagues this season. Talented players at all positions on the defensive squad for the Florida Storm.
Ryan Tobin knocked the ball away. Empty set on 2nd and 10 for Vasquez. He was in St. Louis last year, now brings his talent out west. On the run, throws into traffic, knocked away again. And this time, it's Andrew Francis, the other safety, with the play on defense. Here, quickly, is the Florida starting lineup on defense. Deontay Stoneville, Alessandro Tomaello, and Alex Dominguez go on the defensive line. Eric Hammer and Maverick Hughes at linebacker. Adam Jones, Evan Carroll, and Ryan Davidson at corner. Ryan Tobin and Andrew Francis at safety. Now 3rd and 10. Ball hasn't moved an inch to where the Mavericks got it on their first play from scrimmage. Vasquez, middle, nice seam route for a first down, and a 12-yard pickup up to the 47.
Connor Weston on the receiving end of that pass from Javier Vasquez. Connor Weston leading the team in a few categories this season. Leading receiver with 629 yards coming into this ball game for the Mavericks. Consistent player at that wide receiver spot. Great target for the quarterback Vasquez.
And now they go heavy, offset eye. Maybe we'll see a first run for Wells. We do. He takes it left side, gets about 5 yards and falls forward for 8 yards as the tackle is eventually made by Ryan Tobin.
Mavericks have a tall test tonight against this Florida Storm defense. One of the points of contention here will be this running game. Can they get Jalen Wells started on the ground? The big back, they need him to have a good game if they are going to win this matchup tonight.
Offset eye again. This time it's the fullback, Nick Hageland, and he dives forward close to the first down. He will be just short. Brings up 3rd and less than a yard. The defense for Florida, the stats read for themselves. They hold opponents under 20 points a game, under 300 passing yards, and just over 100 rushing yards. And they also, if that is nothing else, they take the ball away too. 19 takeaways on this season. Here's full house on 3rd and inches. Wells gets the football, runs right, picks up a first down, and they're into Florida territory at the 40. So nice solid drive being produced here early by the Mavericks.
A great sign here on 3rd and short when you need a yard or less than a yard. You want to be able to turn around and hand it to your bell cow. Jalen Wells came over from Sioux Falls in the offseason, played fullback in that awesome running game for Sioux Falls, and it was great to see him here hard charging, picking up the first down for the Mavericks.
Now a feature back at his first season away from Sioux Falls, and a pick thrown by Vasquez. Running back the other way on the right-hand sideline into San Diego territory.
Opportunistic play by that Storm on the defensive side of the ball. Adam Jones with his 3rd interception of the season. Right place, right time for the Storm, and they seem to be in the right place at the right time all season long. Fast start for the defense, turning this ball back over to Ron Cochran and the Storm offense.
Takeaway number 20 on this season for the Florida Storm defense. They stifle what was a promising drive early on by San Diego and find themselves in Maverick territory, just over the 50-yard line of the 47. Under center goes Cochran as the offense for Florida is back on the field. Cochran, pressure in his face, completes the pass to his safety valve, Boletsky, but he won't get very far. Only 3 yards, but crunching tackle made on the back end by Devin King.
Charlie the Bullet Boletsky catching the ball out of the backfield there. He's been doing it all season long. Reception number 79 leads the team in receptions, one top of the charts in the SFL for receptions across the board. Talented rookie running back that the Storm picked up in the draft this season.
Well, this time he's not going much of anywhere, loses all of those yards he gained on the previous play. And Joe Duncan was in there to make the tackle. Carson Miller also floating around there. Last week, Charlie Blitsky was dominant in the Florida Storm victory over the Charleston Predators, and I'll get to his numbers in a moment. Here's 3rd and 10. Cochran going to throw out of the shotgun formation. He's going to find a receiver on this near side, and it's caught by E.J. Minson for a first down. So here was Boletsky's numbers last week against Charleston. 26 carries, 160 yards, and 2 touchdowns, including one of the top 10 plays of the week where he broke all the tackles and got into the end zone.
Yeah, it looks like the Florida Storm picked up a gem in the draft this season. Charlie the Bullet Blitsky is going to be a great back in this league for quite some time.
And it was a 3rd rounder, too. Went 49th overall out of Madison. Play action, throw to the far side, turning upfield for a first down. As the receiving corps from Florida flexing their muscles a little bit here on their second drive. There's Stephen Bush.
Stephen Bush coming into tonight's game, 24th in the league in reception yards, 684 before that catch. Just another weapon for Ron Cochran on this offensive side of the ball for the Storm.
Another setter. Here's Boletsky, and he will not get much of anywhere. But to show you how Ron Cochran equally distributes the football to his receivers, here are the touchdown numbers for everybody who can receive the ball on the Florida offense. Stephen Bush has 3 touchdowns. Jeff Como has 4 touchdowns. E.J. Minson has 3 touchdowns. Verodin Zarkov has 2 touchdowns. Boletsky has 3 receiving touchdowns, and J.W. Doyle at a fullback has 2 receiving touchdowns. Cochran, middle, almost throws an interception. Devin King couldn't hang on to that one, and it's 3rd down. But Benji, he is one of the best in the business at finding the open receiver, whoever that may be.
Absolutely. Unselfish play across the board on the Storm offense. Ron Cochran is just playing great this season. He's just getting the ball out quickly, finding the open man. And it seems anymore that everyone's open for the Storm. Well, he's doing a great job this year of getting everyone involved.
Another 3rd and long, though, for Florida. Cochran, quick slant over the middle, down to the 10-yard line, and falling forward to the 9. That's Stephen Bush. And Florida's in the red zone for the first time this afternoon, or this evening, rather.
Yeah, Ron Cochran knew exactly where he was going on that pass. Pass, a short 3-step drop and fires that one to Stephen Bush on the slant. Gets himself wide open, picks up another first down for the Storm, and they are marching now inside the red zone.
From the 9-yard line. Under center goes Cochran. Here's Boletsky trying to pick his way through the defense. He gets to the 5. Pickup of 4, tackled by Devin King. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Boletsky get into the end zone on the rushing end. He has 8 on the season to go along with now 700 rush yards on the season after that run. Defensive line shifts for San Diego. Blitsky runs right at him, and the defense shifted correctly. 3rd and goal from the 4 after no gain on that play. Mufasa Kamau, for first season in San Diego for him, as it is for everybody with the expansion franchise. Played last season in Fort Worth for the Toros. So now 3rd and goal. Cochran back in the shotgun. Play action. To the far side, wide open, touchdown, Florida. And it's Stephen Bush picking up his 4th touchdown of the season.
Play action fake by Ron Cochran held the eyes of that Mavericks defense. And Stephen Bush runs a great route, gets himself wide open, gets himself loose for 6 in the end zone. Just like that, Florida Storm up early in the first quarter.
So Florida takes the interception, 47 yards, and scores a touchdown. Capitalizes on the San Diego mistake. And on to do the extra point kicking is Ethan Sneed. It is up, and it is good. So, 3:51 to go first quarter. Florida strikes first. It's 7-0 Storm. San Diego gets the ball next. This is the Simulation Football League on FTF. Keep up with the SFL and its teams on social media at Simulationfl. Follow us on Twitter for weekly broadcast schedules to discover team content and stay up to date on SFL news. Let us know who your favorite team is or how you enjoy the broadcast each week with the hashtag #MakeAnImpact. Thank you for your support and viewership. On the return for San Diego is Jacob Clear, and he gets out to the 23. San Diego on their first drive, Benji, had a good roll going before that interception, so promising start for them.
Absolutely. Converted their first down on the ground with Jalen Wells. Emphasis on the running game. If they can get him going early in this thing, they want to fall behind too far, but they want to shorten this game if they can tonight.
Over the middle in between two defenders, Javier Vasquez shows off the arm and completes to Connor Weston for a first down.
Both looks like the linebackers from Florida came on a blitz there, and Connor Weston just glided into that vacated space there and was on the reception of that fine pass from Javier Vasquez. First down for the Mavericks.
Vasquez only 7 touchdowns this season to 15 interceptions, and he goes over the middle again and almost throws his 17th interception. He has 16 interceptions because he threw one in the first drive. That pass was intended for Ryan Owens and incomplete. Owens, it was Vasquez's fellow partner in St. Louis last season.
On that play, those Florida Storm linebackers dropped back in coverage and were able to get their mitts up, defend that pass. Good defense there for the Storm.
Handoff, left-hand side. Shaking a tackle is Wells, but he cannot get away from the wave of Storm defenders. Ryan Tobin in the midst of it again, as he has been all throughout this first quarter, and it's 3rd down and 9.
And we know the Florida Storm defense is tough. We've talked about it. 3rd and 9 is going to be a challenging conversion no matter who you're playing. But the Mavericks really want to be careful here. Don't turn this ball over, but do what you can to pick up this first down, of course.
5 wide on 3rd and 9. Vasquez plenty of time over the middle and incomplete. He was looking for Owens and was just tipped away by Maverick Hughes on the back end at a 4 plays and out, because they got the first down of that first play from scrimmage. For San Diego, Florida will get the ball back up 7.
Early on, when Mavericks aren't running the ball, they are spreading Florida out, going 4 and 5 wide, trying to find some space to get this air attack on track, and they're having some slow going so far today.
Punter Alex Damian boots it away, and Florida will have it at the 28-yard line. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and role-playing game all into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the Simulation Football League, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Florida back with the football, up 7 after the punt. Ron Cochran over the middle and a waist-high catch in traffic out to almost midfield by E.J. Minson. First down, Florida.
E.J. Minson is a tall wide receiver, number 3 wide receiver for the Storm this season, 6'5", the 3rd seasoned player. Been coming on strong, makes a great play here, reels that ball in for the catch. Another one of these Storm receivers. They're tall, they're good, and just another weapon for Ron Cochran, and another first down for the Storm.
Cochran again finds the open receiver on the far side, spinning out of a tackle to the San Diego 40 is Stephen Bush, and it is a second straight first down for the Storm.
Stephen Bush is getting himself loose here on occasion. Fourth reception early in this game for number 11, Stephen Bush. He's a target that Ron Cochran is looking to always after that snap. Stephen Bush is pretty good at getting himself open.
In the flat to Boletsky. Won't get very far. Gain of 6. Clock down under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Boletsky has had one of the better seasons for a rookie running back that I can remember. 11 all-purpose touchdowns so far as we hit the last 2 games of the season. Second down and 4. Boletsky on cue has a nice hole up the middle thanks to Greg McDonaldson and Joseph Wade up front, and picks up a first down. And the Storm approach the red zone once again.
Yeah, the Florida Storm, with the addition of Charlie Boletsky, returned to an emphasis on the running game a little bit this season. Of course, they've got we've talked about unselfish play already for this Florida team and Ron Cochran and the way he distributes the ball. We'll touch a little bit here on J.W. Doyle, this season's fullback for the Storm and the great doing.
Cochran again, plenty of time in the pocket and waits for a play to develop. And Stephen Bush has another first down into the red zone at the 14. He's just had so much time, the defensive line can't touch him.
Yeah, this Storm offensive line is doing a great job of keeping this defense off of Ron Cochran. He's able to stand tall in the pocket, be patient and wait, and let his receivers get open. Here we see Stephen Bush does a great job in his route, just kind of cuts through the zone. Ron Cochran waits, bides time, and hits Stephen when he's open.
That's the end of the first quarter. It's Storm 7, Mavericks nothing, but Florida's driving the drive and double the lead. This is the Simulation Football League on FTF. Michael Geraldo and Benji Matson here with you in San Diego, California, along with Rochelle Colson and Tom Rahman on stats. Kevin Irvine is our broadcast producer. 1-yard run stopped by Devin King. And before we went to the quarter break, I wanted to bring up the sack stats for the San Diego Mavericks as a team. They've got 17 on the season, led by Denzel Maverick, who has 7 to his name. Second down and 9. Another run for Boletsky, and again he doesn't get anywhere. This time tackled by Devin King again, Joe Duncan on the tackle, and it's 3rd and 9.
Great job by this Maverick front, pushing upfield and not letting the Boletsky get loose. Does set up a big 3rd and 9 here for the Mavericks.
Cochran over the middle and stopped short of the first down marker. Nice tackle by Ron Hoff. The quarterback in his 3rd season played 2 with Chicago before coming here in the offseason. Now it'll force a short field goal for Ethan Snead here just 1 minute rather into the second quarter.
Another strong drive by Florida, but the Mavericks defense is able to hold here. Ron Hoff with a nice stop, push the receiver out of bounds and help force this field goal.
Ethan Snead up and good, remains perfect on the season from 24 yards. Florida takes a 2-score lead, and it is 10-0.
Fast start by Florida on the road here, San Diego. The Mavericks defense did a great job preventing Florida from getting that second touchdown in this game. The ball comes back to the Mavericks. They're going to have to figure out something here to kind of sustain a drive. Of course, you want to put some points on the ball here, points on the board here, but let's see if the Mavericks can figure out what they need to do to sustain a drive.
And Florida has been excellent at sustaining drives so far. Their 2 scoring drives were 9 plays, 65 yards for the field goal, and 10 plays, 47 yards for the touchdown. And San Diego's going to have to find some consistency on offense. They've only run 12 offensive plays so far in the first quarter. Vasquez changes the play at the line. They've got 3 receivers to aim at out there, but they hand it off up the middle. And getting 2 yards is Jalen Wells.
Met in the middle there by Maverick Hughes. Rookie linebacker, outside linebacker by the Storm. Picked up in the second round this season. He has been a great pickup for the Storm, playing well from his outside linebacker spot.
They'll bring another one in for the offset I formation, and a rifle from Javier Vasquez. He has one of the best arms in terms of pure power in this league. He can get some zip on that football.
Absolutely. And a great result there, of course, picks up the first down reception there for the Mavericks. And this is what we just talked about, sustaining drives. You got to pick up some first downs. Off to a good start here. San Diego is on this drive.
Again, Javier Vasquez changes the play. He must have free reign to run the offense as it's over the middle, caught, and a quick tackle is made. Only a gain of 3. Stephen McMichaels, the tight end, with the catch. Second-year player out of Houston. That was his first catch of the season.
Great job for Stephen McMichaels to get on the board. Underutilized at that second tight end spot. Could be a weapon moving forward that if San Diego can figure out how to get him involved and get him in the ball game, that is, could help unlock this offense for the Mavericks.
Wells has to pitch it out, and it's incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 7. He was looking for Jalen Wells on the safety valve, but threw it over his head.
That's a tough play there for the Mavericks. You would love to have gotten some positive yardage there. If Jalen Wells could have gotten that ball in his hands just a little bit earlier, he would have been able to square those shoulders up and head upfield for some yards. As it stands, another 3rd and long for the Mavericks.
And another 5-wide set. Javier Vasquez back to pass and fires a dart to midfield for a first down. He threw that one into a window the size of a bread box, and Shea Carroll, the former Carolina player, came down with it.
Drilled that one in there. Lots of bodies in there. Shea Carroll comes down with it. Big 3rd down conversion for the Mavericks. Don't look now. They're at midfield. They might have something cooking here on offense.
Carroll, one of the longest tenured members on this team, 7 seasons, played for Carolina and Dallas in the past. Again, a little flare out. Hits Carroll for the 2nd straight time. Picks up 5 on first down.
I believe actually they hit Optimus Klein there for his first reception of the game. The tight end, the long tenured, of course, former Florida Storm captain, now in San Diego, gets on the board with his first reception of the game.
And he would love to pick up his first franchise victory as an owner against his old club. They're going to have to put some points on the board and do it. Shea Carroll picks up a 2nd straight first down to the Florida 37. And this is what was working for San Diego on their first drive before that interception. Just short passes over the middle, let Javier Vasquez show of his arm strength, and just sort of dink and dunk Florida and get them all turned up in the secondary. They go I formation. They're just going to throw it out to Wells, and this is his most successful touch of the ball game as he picks up 6 yards just outside the 30 now, as the clock runs pretty quickly to the halfway point of the 2nd quarter.
That's a good sign, getting Jalen Beanie Wells involved. Used to, again, being that second back for Sioux Falls, now stepping into the light for San Diego. Great to get him involved early.
Vasquez goes to the one-on-one matchup on the far side, and Ryan Owens wins the battle, picks up another first down.
Ryan Owens comes in at 6'5", a big receiver for Javier Vasquez in his 2nd season. Coming over from St. Louis. Great pickup on the play there with San Diego.
A dynamic duo formerly of the Gladiators, Vasquez to Owens. Now power I up the middle. Wells with the shoulder and down to the 18-yard line. Best carry of the day so far for Jalen Wells, who seems to be finding his feet here in the 2nd quarter.
That's a great run there by Jalen Wells. You see his power there. That's the reason they brought him over from Sioux Falls. They saw what he did as a fullback for that running attack, but now they're going to hand him the ball, and look at the damage he can do.
He's got great blocking out in front this time, and he's slowed up from the backside, but not before he gets down to the 10-yard line. Number 27 in gray is feeling it right now, and he almost had a touchdown there if not for Andrew Francis.
Last week, Jalen Wells only got 11 carries in the game for just 18 yards. San Diego had to move away from the running game here, and we're still early in this game, only down 10. They're driving. If they can stay in this thing long enough to get Jalen Wells some carries and get him moving downfield, we see what he can do. Mavericks, they could make a push here, but get that ball to Jalen Wells when you can.
Towards the end zone, incomplete from Vasquez over the head of his intended receiver, who was Weston in the middle there. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 10. And if you're running an offense like San Diego is running tonight, a lot of short passes, a lot of slants, this is where you want to be.
Yeah, and now they're right on the doorstep. This has been a great drive for them. They're finding ways to move the ball, which we talked about when they received this kickoff on this drive, and they're making things happen.
2nd down and 10. Florida's defense trying to hold in the red zone. There's Nick Hagelin as he picks up his first carry of the game from the fullback spot. Confused the defense a little bit, but sets up a 3rd and goal from the 6.
Yeah, that's a great call there by the Mavericks. The Hog gets the carry wide open up that middle. Sneaks up there. Great gain. And just 6 yards.
6 yards from pay dirt. Can San Diego find it? It's going to be Vasquez to throw to the end zone, and it almost looks like a carbon copy. Oh, they didn't get there. Ryan Owens couldn't stretch the ball across the pylon. 4th and goal.
That is an unfortunate result there for the Mavericks. Ryan Owens is in the end zone. He makes his cut along the goal line and has to come back into the field of the play to grab that ball and does not cross back over the goal line.
4th and goal for San Diego. Do they snap it, or are they just trying to draw Florida off sides? And it looks like they're just trying to do the hard count. Come on, snap the football. Oh, they called timeout, and they'll kick a field goal with Nico Cappuccino.
That's just, I feel for the Mavericks on that play. They dialed up the right play. Ryan Owens got himself open, and just an unfortunate turn of events. He had to come back to the ball, had to leave that boundary of the end zone. That was 6 points on the board taken away. That's an unfortunate result for the Mavericks. Hopefully they can put these 3 points on the board.
It'll be a chip shot for Cappuccino. Only about a 17-yarder. It's up. It's good. And Cappuccino also maintains a perfect record on the season, now 21 of 21. 2 kickers in this game haven't missed this season. And San Diego is back down just 7, 3:15 to go in the 2nd quarter.
Long way to go in this game till tonight, Michael, but we'll put an asterisk on that series for the Mavericks, the way that one ended. We'll see if that one, hopefully for them, doesn't come back to haunt them at the end of this game.
Florida will get the ball from the 23-yard line. Nice return by Jeff Como. Florida looking to continue to maintain control of this football game. Up 7, and they've controlled the ball for long stretches of this first half. That last San Diego drive took most of the 3rd quarter. Let's see if Florida can salt away the rest of it as Beletsky gets to the outside, breaks a couple of tackles, and gets up near midfield.
Great run by the rookie, Charlie the Bullet Beletsky. Dashes, spins, jukes. I don't know what else to say on this one. Breaks tackles, runs away from people. That run by Charlie Beletsky started by a great block up front by fullback J.W. Doyle. We talked about unselfish play. J.W. Doyle was last season's halfback for the Storm, who moved over to fullback and welcomed Charlie the Bullet Bletsky.
There's the first sack for San Diego on the day. Florida's defensive line went out for a nice steak dinner, and Denzel Maverick says, I'll have that, and puts Florida behind the chains.
This is exactly what they needed. Setting Florida Storm back behind schedule. Denzel, a Maverick, 4th season in the league, first with the Mavericks. That was a big play. He's a big boy, Denzel Maverick is. 6'6", 280 pounds, that defensive end spot. Flexing all that muscle on that play.
To the far side, Bletsky tries to spin out of a tackle but can't. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Denzel Maverick was picked up as a free agent this season, but has spent 4 years in the Simulation Football League, and that was his 20th tackle and 8th sack on the season. We have hit the 2-minute warning of the first half. Florida trying to extend the lead. San Diego trying to stay in it. Third and 10 for the Storm. Can the San Diego defense hold here and potentially tie this game up before the half? No is the answer, because it's a bullet from Ron Cochran over the middle. And it's a first down for the Storm inside Maverick territory. Jeff Como made the catch.
Como, another one of these tall receivers for the Storm. They stand pretty tall. Stephen Bush, 6'3", Jeff Como, 6'6", E.J. Minson, 6'5", and then tight end Verodin Zarkov. We haven't mentioned yet. Great tight end out of Pasadena, Maryland. He's 6'5".
Into the flat for Bletsky, and he once again can't get away from the leading tackle of Jacob Clear. One thing the San Diego team doesn't do a lot of is intercept the football. Only 11 on the season.
Yeah, they're having a tough time taking the ball away. 12 total takeaways on defense. Actually last in the SFL this season. So that's definitely an area of improvement for the Mavericks in the future.
Play action for Cochran. Finds the open receiver for a first down on the 33-yard line. And Florida will flex a little bit of the up-tempo muscle here. Quickly back to the line. Cochran in the gun. Takes the snap. Fires to the far sideline and tiptoeing the line and falling out of bounds for a first down at the 22-yard line is E.J. Minson.
Yeah, Florida Storm decides to go up-tempo a little bit, try and catch the Mavericks off guard. 2 completions, pair of first downs, and they're charging up this field again. Great catch there on the boundary by E.J. Minson.
Are you sure E.J. Minson didn't do some ballet in a former life? Because he tiptoed, or maybe a trapeze artist. Because he tiptoed that sideline like the best of them.
Yes, he did. Looked good. Good feet there by E.J. Minson.
Under a minute to go now. Almost to the red zone for Florida. Now they are in the red zone down to the 10. As Stephen Bush says, anything you can do, I can do better. As he tiptoes the other sideline for a first down.
Yeah, Ron Cochran's dealing here on this drive. 3 receptions, 3 completed passes in a row here. Early numbers, Ron Cochran almost 90% completion here. 17 for 19 early in this game.
Florida can get a first down inside the goal line, but for all intents and purposes, this is a goal-to-go situation, and Bletsky kind of bobbled the pass, stopped him turning upfield. Florida calls a timeout with 36 seconds to go in the half.
Charlie Bletsky's really dangerous in this part of the field as a receiving halfback. We were doing Florida's first game of the season, I believe, Michael. We watched Charlie Bletsky catch his first touchdown pass of his career on this end of the field in a situation just like this, where he received the ball out of the backfield and spun into the end zone. He's just a dangerous halfback out of the backfield.
3 wide to the 5-yard line, and it's another timeout by Florida. 3rd and 6. They'll get one more shot at the end zone off the catch by Minson.
Sets up a 3rd and 6, but the playbook's wide open for Florida. I wouldn't be surprised. Again, we just mentioned Charlie Blitzky. Watch for the bullet. Watch him fading out here to one side or the other out of this backfield. Ron Cochran will be looking for him perhaps on this play.
4 wide plus the backfield. Cochran hit as he throws, but delivers a dart right in the middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Storm. E.J. Minson caps off a drive where he was the primary receiver with his 4th touchdown of the season.
This was a great drive by Florida right up the field. Some no huddle, tried some different things here. It's just hard if you are on the defensive side of the ball here when Florida's moving, running and gunning like this, getting everyone involved. It's just really hard to key on one playmaker when Ron Cochran does such a great job of getting everyone involved. But you're right, Michael. This was E.J. Minson's drive. He looked good, especially catching that touchdown pass from Ron Cochran.
Florida just ran the longest drive of the game by yardage, 11 plays, 77 yards, adding in a 6-yard passing touchdown to E.J. Minson. They did a lot of it in the 2-minute drill, quick passes to the outside, and a couple of nice catches along the sideline for the Storm receivers. And now San Diego just 28 seconds to work with and 2 timeouts. Kick in the air from Ethan Sneed. Back deep to receivers clear. He'll just take a knee in the end zone as that ball was hammered by Sneed about 8 yards deep. So Benji, San Diego now with 27 seconds to work with. Do they try something here, or do they just regroup at halftime trying to get back in this game in the second half?
Definitely want to be careful of the spot of the field. Already thrown 1 interception today.
Lob over the middle, caught, burst down, staying in bounds is the receiver. And we go no huddle. That receiver was Stephen McMichaels out of his tight end spot. Vasquez the low snap, and coming back to the football is Connor Weston, and he gets drilled for a loss on the play, and that will take us to halftime. Storm cruising 17-3 over the Mavericks. Benji, your take on the opening 2 quarters.
Yeah, this was I felt like this first half went fast for us here. I think that we saw the Florida storm out of the gate here like they've done all season long. Again, this is just a tune-up for them as they've already made the playoffs here in season 16. Looking to win a division title still, but Florida, this is a tune-up. And I know the Mavericks are a team that's looking to, what else to say, just looking to make improvements, looking to get better. Hard first half for them, but they're still in this thing. They're playing tough. They had a good drive in there, of course. It didn't end in a touchdown for them, which might be a heartbreaker at the end of this game. But they're standing tall, and they're going toe-to-toe with the Storm in this one.
Quick halftime show. We're back at it. Starting with the football in the second half is San Diego. So they get a chance to try and chip into this 17-3 lead. A 14-point advantage right now for Florida.
Javier Vasquez, the quarterback, has gotten all of his receivers involved. Everyone's catching the ball. He's spreading it around. They're just not able to quite to get on track. They did that one great drive in the second half there, or first half, excuse me.
They start this one the same way they ended they started the previous good drive. Optimus Klein for about 15 yards, the former Storm player.
He is one of the weapons here for the Mavericks. I think that safe to say you should always be looking for tight end Optimus Klein when he's out running a pass route. The veteran, the captain, the owner, going to be one of your weapons. You need to go to him whenever you can.
4 wide, under center goes Vasquez on 1st and 10 for the 35. 3-step drop over the middle and a nice soft zone into space up towards midfield. Connor Weston on the grab. So at stake tonight for Florida is a chance to remain in the hunt for the #1 overall seed. They currently sit at 8-2. Denver is 9-1. Out of the backfield, here's Jalen Wells, and he'll pick up 6 yards before being driven out of bounds. Denver plays tomorrow against Sioux Falls, who has had a tough season up there on the Great Plains. They're just 3-7, but an upset against Denver could really turn the tables at the top. Baltimore is out of the race for the top seed. They lost today. They dropped to 7-4. Out of the power formation, again a short pass over the middle, caught for a first down inside Florida territory to the 39. There's Optimus Klein again. So, Benji, the one way that Florida gets the #1 overall seed is they win tonight, Denver loses tomorrow, and then the same thing happens next weekend. Unlikely but plausible.
Anything's possible. I think that Denver, knowing what a benefit it is to play at home in the playoffs, is wanting to make sure they're going to get a couple playoff games at home first. They want that #1 overall spot. They don't want to slip up and let Florida come in and sweep that away from them. And I think they want to go out and finish on top this season.
Well, he outran his blocker. That was Optimus Klein, who looks back and goes, hey, we got out a first down. Just be a little bit patient there.
And Jalen Wells was looking at that chain there. He wanted that first down. He was going for it there. If he would have been a little bit more patient, he perhaps could have cut upfield there underneath that block by Optimus Klein.
Wells, quick slant, intercepted. It almost looked like, Ryan Tobin took it right out of the breadbasket of Connor Weston. Second pick on the day for the Florida defense. And they end a promising drive for San Diego inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's a unfortunate result there on that play. Looked like Connor Weston coming across the middle. And then at the last minute, he switched to playing defense, tried to knock that ball away. But another interception by the Storm.
Interception number 37 in the career of Ryan Tobin. Floater far side. Oh, almost taken right back away. Look out, that was off the fingers of Pete Mitchell, who's been all over this game. Remember, he almost had a fumble recovery in the first quarter before it was taken away on review.
That would have been one real fast way to get right back in this game. Great play to get your hand on that ball, but if you could have somehow reeled that one in, you were just a few yards away from a defensive touchdown.
They go safe this time. Blitzky powers through 8-yard gain. And eventually, Devin King came back to make the tackle. I think for Florida in the position they are right now in this game, the second half should be the Blitzky show.
Yeah, he showed explosiveness and speed. He's not a small back. He's 6 foot tall, 210 pounds. He can run with power, and they're going to have to lean on him in the playoffs. We could see a picture of what that might look like here in the second half.
Yeah, there he goes again. Easy money with the nice blocking up front. Picks up a first down to the Florida 34-yard line. Visit the all-new SFL League website at www.simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player. Join our community. The league of the teams that play in it, links to apparel, helmets, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,400 games, soon to be 1,500, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Actually, it is 1,500 today, as the Baltimore-Mexico City game earlier this afternoon was game number 1,500. So a big milestone for our great league, and here's to 2,000 and beyond.
Absolutely. Here's to 1,500 more. Just a testament to the great league here that the Simulation Football League has become.
Cameron Irvine and all the staff have put together a fantastic product over the years. Here's Bletsky out of the backfield. So when we've seen Bletsky before this season, and this is the third Florida game we've called together this year, we've seen Charlie's spin move be a little bit more effective than it has been tonight. It seems that the San Diego defense is keying in on that when he catches the ball in space.
Yeah, that was one of the very first things we noticed about him in his rookie debut, was that spin move was already off the charts for such a young running back.
Uh-oh, look out. Cochran throws a pick this time. Devin King finally has his turnover, and San Diego has the ball in Florida territory.
Baby Bash brother Devin King, the rookie first-round pick by the San Diego Mavericks, the outside linebacker, playing his role, dropping back in coverage there, is just watching the eyes of Ron Cochran and snatches that one out of the air. And there you go, Mavericks. Devin King just set you up on the Florida Storm side of the field. You've got a short field. Still 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. You've been driving well early, the last two drives before an interception halted this previous drive. Let's see what you can do now with the ball on the Florida side of the field.
Haven't been able to put the ball in the end zone as of yet. Vasquez floats it over the middle. Optimus Klein does what he does best, which is catch the ball and run with it. First down to the Florida 31.
Optimus Klein is doing Optimus Klein things here on the last few drives. And if I am Javier Vasquez on this next play, if I'm dropping back to throw the ball, I'm looking to see where Optimus Klein is. Right? He's sure-handed. He wants that ball. You're moving the ball right now. Just be looking for your captain, Optimus Klein, because he thinks he's going to be wide open.
Somehow, Klein without a receiving touchdown this season. Wells out of the backfield doesn't get very far. The SFL broadcast is looking to add new talent to our ranks of broadcasters. Applications are being accepted now to try out for either play-by-play or analyst broadcasting positions. No prior experience is required, just a love for the game and a desire to succeed. The application can be found on our website at simulationfl.net/broadcasting. Second down at 8 after the Wells reception. They go full house, strong side left, but they're going to throw off his backside and incomplete. Now, that's a veteran move by Vasquez, knowing he's going to go down as Alex Dominguez in his lap just throws that ball away.
They ran a similar play out of this formation on the previous drive, and they swung the ball out to Jalen Wells, who is, very quietly a very capable receiving back as well. And it really worked for them on that drive. I think they were hoping to capture some lightning again with Jalen Wells out of the backfield on that play.
Moving to his right and almost throws a pick. Eric Hammer, first time we have talked about the second-year player out of Annapolis today, knocks the ball down and will force a long field goal.
Eric Hammer came over in season 15 draft and started right off the bat for the Storm and never looked back at that inside linebacker spot. One of the leaders for the Storm defense, and now just in his second year continuing to make great strides. Got a running mate right beside him now. They went out and drafted Maverick Hughes. We've already talked about him today. So this linebacker core for the Storm set in place for seasons to come.
It'll be a 45-yarder on the dot for Cappuccino to try and eat into this Florida lead again. He swings his right foot through it and gets it to go from 45. So 5:04 to go third quarter. Florida 17, San Diego 6. But it's death by 1,000 cuts, and they're not killing the Storm defense fast enough, Benji.
Yeah, they were gifted that short field on the interception by Devin King. His first career interception, we should add, in the SFL. So congratulations again to Devin King there. They couldn't capitalize on the short field. And it's hard. You never want to play what if. But what if in that first half that touchdown that was taken off the board would stand? San Diego would be inching closer to the Storm here in the third quarter.
You can't play the what-if game. You got to play the now game, and now it's up to the San Diego defense to stop the bleeding. Florida has quietly put together a fantastic game on offense. You mentioned Ron Cochran up around 90% completion rate. Right now sitting at 84. And he gets back on the field to try and improve that. He's got one of the best arsenals of wide receivers in the entire SFL. He's under center. He has plenty of time in the pocket, and he finds the open receiver, E.J. Minson, who turns upfield up near midfield at the 42-yard line.
E.J. Minson's having himself a great game. Been very capable all season long for the Storm. 564 receiving yards coming into today's game. He's caught a touchdown, so he's got 4 on the season now. Ron Cochran does such a great job, again, of distributing the ball to everyone that we don't see particularly gaudy numbers from these wide receivers or these receivers. And that's just, I think, a testament to this philosophy that the Storm are running, where they're just trying to get everyone involved.
Nice little looping pass, and there's the patented spin move from Blitzky, working to perfection into Maverick territory to the 45-yard line.
That's just really tough to stop. When you're out there in no man's land, you're one-on-one, and the bullet is running at you, and you see him stick that foot in the turf and start that spin. And look at that. It would make me nervous if I was going to be asked to try and tackle that. And again, I think it just shows that the Storm have got a great back here in Charlie the Bullet Blitzky.
1st and 10 for the 45. This time he gets the ball up the middle, jump cut. 8-yard gain for the Bullets. You know who Charlie Blitzky reminds me of a lot?
Who?
A young BDG Hollywood. He's got the same kind of skills. The ability to make people miss in space, the ability to follow his blockers and pick up big yardage up the middle. He just reminds me of that style of player who could have a Hall of Fame career if he keeps at it. Over the middle and turning upfield. There's Verodin Zarkov. First time he's made a catch today. Moves the chains for Florida.
Nice to see Verodin Zarkov getting involved in the game. We only mentioned his name in the first half, but it wasn't for catching a ball. It was for just being one of these talented, tall receivers for Florida. But it's good to see the tight end get involved for the Storm.
2 touchdowns on the year for Zarkov. Here's Blitzky, spins out of 1 tackle, but can't get away from his second. It's been a 33-on-33 battle in space a lot of the time, because Jacob Clear is spying Blitzky on these rollouts, or underneath passes. And so a lot of the time, it's Clear either making the tackle on Blitzky or Blitzky spinning away from Jacob Clear's tackle. 2nd and 10 for the Storm. Klein against the 4-man front, and once again, the underneath corner route is there for E.J. Minson. That sets up a manageable 3rd and 1.
And if you're the defense now on the Florida Storm 3rd and 1, I mean, what play are you sending in? Of course, you're going to watch how they line up, but even when they line up, they can do a number of different things. They could hand the ball to either running back right now. They could run them in 2 different directions and pass the ball to either one too.
Blitzky follows his blockers, only needed 1, got 2. And the Storm have a fresh set of downs inside the red zone once again. And this freight train doesn't look like it's going to be stopped anytime soon here as we approach the end of the 3rd quarter. Cochran finds Blitzky, a lot of work to do, and he only gets 5.
J.W. Doyle on that route out there. He just tricked us there. It looked an awful lot like Charlie Blitzky. J.W. Doyle looking good there. The Florida Storm offense run this 2-back set as good as anyone in the SFL. They were really dialed in when those 2 backs were on the field.
Here's Minson, breaks a tackle down to the 1. Prevented from getting into the end zone by Devin King. But that was Verodin Zarkov on the catch. He almost had his 3rd, and I'm sure he went back to the huddle saying to Ron Cochran, hey, throw it back to me.
Yeah. Throw it back to the tight end on that one. Let the big man into the end zone.
Floater, back of the end zone, wide open. They crossed up the defense. X's and O's, and it is Verodin Zarkov who catches his 3rd touchdown of the season. You can't be much more wide open than that in the end zone.
You know you got it rolling. When you come back to the huddle, Verodin Zarkov's like, Ron, come on, man. Let's just give me the ball. Just give me the ball one more time. And they call it in, and they dial it up for the tight end. Just like that, he gets his touchdown. But you know things are running on all cylinders when you can have some fun like that on this end of the field.
Dialing it up for the tight end. Be careful, Benji. Those words can summon Mike Daggs from wherever he is. Anyway, Florida has a 24-6 lead, so let's turn our attention to the playoff race. Just got an update from Cameron Irvine at SFL headquarters. Florida, with the loss today by Carolina and Jacksonville, they have clinched the Atlantic Division, even if somehow San Diego comes back and wins this game. They are in the playoffs. Florida would have the edge on common games over Jacksonville. 4th place and 12th place in the wild card are split by just one game. That is 4th place Baltimore and 12th place currently Los Angeles. Houston is playing right now against DC. You can see that score in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. They're 3-3 in a defensive battle in the 3rd quarter. If Houston wins, you can't be 5-7 and make the playoffs this year. No team with less than 6 wins will make it in. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27 for San Diego. Running with Wells. Wells shakes off one tackle, gets a block, tries to bounce it outside, and cannot get away from the not-so-loving arms of Andrew Francis. But most importantly, with Vancouver's wild victory over Jacksonville today, it is a straight playoff game next week between Vancouver and Los Angeles. The winner wins the Pacific Division and is into the playoffs.
That'll be a must-see TV for sure next week.
Yeah, game of the week. I'm calling it right now. Here's Jalen Wells saying, I'm not done with this game as we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. Florida in control, in command on the road against their former captain and his San Diego Mavericks. This is Simulation Football League on For the Fans. We go to the 4th. Michael Trillo here, along with Benji Matson, Michelle Colston, Tom Rahman, and Cameron Irvine is our crew for this late game nightcap on FTF tonight. Florida in command, 24-6, San Diego. Still looking for their first franchise win. They're in the power eye again. And Jalen Wells shakes a tackle. He's been pretty much the one standout on offense for San Diego this season. He takes a little bit to get up after that shot he took from Eric Hammer. But he will get back to the huddle, 2nd down and 3.
I think this is a good thing that we're watching San Diego turn around and hand this ball off to Jalen Wells or swinging it out to him in the flat, making sure he's just part of the game plan. Bodes well for them, I believe, in the future.
Jalen Wells, as you say it, out of the flat, first down inside Florida territory at the 40. One more playoff scenario from Cameron Irvine at headquarters. Fort Worth tomorrow can clinch the South Division against your very own London Knights. And St. Louis can clinch the East with a win against Tulsa, or with a win and a Tulsa loss tomorrow. I will look up those matchups for you momentarily. Floated over the middle, no gray jersey in sights, and Ryan Davidson almost had that one gift wrapped for him, but it's coming back to the huddle for a 2nd and 10.
Javier Vasquez was zeroed in on Connor Weston on that play, but great coverage by the Iceman. Ryan Davidson denies Connor Weston that reception.
Second and 10, I formation. 7 in the box for Florida, but they only rush 3. It's floated out to the fullback, Nick Hoagland, for his 2nd touch of the ball game, but he only gets 2 yards, 3rd and 8 coming up So the matchups tomorrow, I'll just run through them all. London and Fort Worth. That's big for Fort Worth because they can clinch the division. St. Louis hosts Las Vegas. Again, St. Louis can win if Tulsa cannot defeat Louisiana. Arizona hosts Atlanta in a battle of the A teams, and a nice pass over the middle and a spin move as well for a first down to Ryan Owens. So a big third down conversion for San Diego. And the Mavericks approach the red zone. They're at the 26-yard line. And the two late games, we already mentioned Denver and Sioux Falls. Denver is looked for all the world like they're going to need to win to maintain their one-game lead on Florida in the wild card standings. And then the last game of the day for your Easter Sunday is Charleston and Portland, a matchup of two teams looking towards the future. Hogland again. This time he's got room to run, and he uses all of his 6'0", 230 frame to barrel over Eric Hammer and pick up a first down.
They call Nick Hogland the Hog. He's doing his best J.W. Doyle impression here. Out of Youngstown, Ohio, the rookie was a second-round pick by the Mavericks, and that was a great play. Swinging the ball out to him in space. He makes a very athletic move to reel that one in, gets upfield. That's a great play by rookie Nick Hogland.
Sets up San Diego inside the red zone. Over the middle, tipped it incomplete. The two times that the Mavericks have been down in this end of the field, they've had to settle for field goals, and that's not the best start to this trip towards the red zone as Eric Hammer gets a little bit of revenge for the previous play, knocks that ball down.
Yeah, they were looking for Optimus Klein, which is what I would be doing too at the spot of the field. Tight ends are just so dangerous in the red zone. They just couldn't quite make that one happen.
Javier Vasquez barking orders from his under center position. He takes a 5-step drop over the middle and just an underneath play for 4. It brings up a third down and 6.
Stephen McMichaels with another reception here in this game. Couldn't quite turn this one upfield to get any more yards out of it. But it's a good sight to see the second tight end getting involved. Javier Vasquez scanning the field, getting the ball out to the open receiver.
Moving in the pocket, eventually has to go to his safety valve in Jalen Wells, and it's once again 4th down inside the red zone as the Florida defense holds.
Florida Storm are always so tough, especially when they get backed in or packed down into the red zone like this. It's just incredibly difficult to score, let alone score against a team like the Storm deep in that red zone.
Now, unfortunately, red zone defense is not a stat we keep, but I would love to see where Florida ranks in terms of not giving up touchdowns in the red zone, as a third straight field goal is good for Nico Cappuccino. This one from 26 yards, and it's 24-9. Because they've got to be the best, if not one of the best teams in the league at holding teams to field goals at the sharp end of the field.
Yeah, their defensive stats they're excellent this season. You know, they're allowing less than 20 points per game, and unless San Diego turns on the afterburners here, it's going to be another game of holding their opponent under 20 points. They're just a talented, well-rounded defense. Tough to score on them. And it's going to be tough to score on them, too, come playoff time. I think they're just continuing to get better and better. This would be, if they can see this one through and win, this would be win number 6 in a row for the Storm. They're just playing their best ball at the right time this season.
It'll be Charlie Bletsky on the carry, no gain on the play. So San Diego has now had the 2 longest drives of the game. In the first half, they went 15 plays, 76 yards with a chip shot field goal. They just went 12 plays, 57 yards, and hit a chip shot field goal. And their other field goal was off of the turnover. That was only 5 plays, 15 yards. But they've been moving the ball on offense today. They just haven't been able to finish at the sharp end of things.
And that will come in time for the Mavericks. Again, they're such a young squad. This being their first season in the SFL. They'll get better, and they'll figure out how to start turning.
Look out, down the field, caught from Ron Cochran. He finally shows off the arm and hits E.J. Minson, who's now got over 100 yards receiving.
The biggest play of the game right there. Ron Cochran drops back, drops one right in the breadbasket.
And that wasn't terrible coverage from Ron Hoff on the outside. Just a better throw, and E.J. Minson does just enough to get into an advantageous position.
On the season, Ron Cochran's completing 78% of his passes, which leads the SFL.
And, well, with receivers like that, how could you not? Because you could just throw it into double coverage, and Jeff Como's like, yeah, I got you. It's fine. I'll grab this one for 9 yards.
Yeah, and it helps when you're so tall. Again, Como comes in at 6'6", as the tallest Storm wide receiver. Just a great target. Coming across the middle.
Penalty flag. This will be a free first down. I think Bletsky might have got it anyway. Tomorrow on For the Fans, coverage of the SFL will continue at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. For a pair of Easter Sunday matchups, London travels to Fort Worth. Fort Worth can clinch their division with a win. In Las Vegas, visit St. Louis, who can clinch their division with a win and a Tulsa loss. A major matchup for all 4 teams. The SFL is on For the Fans. We put the fan in fantasy. Only a 3-man front for San Diego. 1st and 10 after the penalty. And they're going to run Blitzky. Doesn't get much. Wow. I'm just thinking of all the games today and all the fabulous games. One of the best TV blocks, I think, in the 2-season history of the SFL on 11 Sports or Next Level Sports. Just game after game of down to the wire, overtime, heavy implications, comebacks galore. It's just been one of the best days for a fan in SFL history. And if you're still with us this late in the evening after watching all of those games, I thank you very much. But what was your favorite moment of the day, Benji?
I think there's so many teams watching today with so much on the line. There are implications that are affecting everyone in this league. I think the comeback win by the Lone Star Glory, I think a lot of fans, when they initially saw that score, Lone Star being down, they got really excited, and then to watch Lone Star march back, incredible resolve to win that game today for Lone Star Glory, and they keep themselves in the hunt for the playoffs.
I mean, mine's got to be the overtime thriller between Jacksonville and Vancouver. Is it never not a fantastic game when Andy Hamilton and Frank Gooden clash in this league? I mean, just game after game. And I think that one might be the best of the lot.
2 long-standing, excellent owners and teams in the SFL coming together. They always play incredible games.
And that's why this game was pushed back about a half an hour, because, you know, Vancouver and Jacksonville wanted to hog the spotlight. They didn't want to leave. So they played some bonus football.
Yeah, and we've got a barn burner over on the SFL Twitch channel. DC and Houston tearing it up 3 apiece. That game actually has a ton of playoff implications on it too. So I think all the games today, quality games, the playoffs really have already started in the SFL. Each game's so important to so many teams.
Blitzky spin move down to the 6, 3rd and 3 coming up. Averaging 3.8 yards per carry today. On the season, Blitzky averages 4.2, so a little bit down on his season average in today's game.
I think the Mavericks have actually played some pretty good run defense today against Florida. We've seen Charlie and JW Doyle gash them a little bit, but I think the Mavericks have been playing pretty stout against the run today.
A team for the future are the San Diego Mavericks. I'm very interested to see what this franchise can do going forward into next season and beyond. Blitzky didn't get there, 4th down and 1, so maybe forcing a chip shot field goal for Ethan Sneed.
They are a young team, the Mavericks are, and they were spending this first season coming together, learning how to play together, making a plan for the future. They'll get better. They'll be around in the SFL for a long time.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here. Florida storming their way to a victory on the West Coast tonight as they lead at 24-9, and on to widen that gap a little bit more is Ethan Sneed. You know who we haven't heard, or we've only heard from him once, is Marcus Agrippa. Only one punt for each side. Alex Damian, only one punt for the Mavericks as well. A 20-yard field goal is up and good from Sneed. He maintains his perfect record on the season, 24 for 24. And it is 27-9. Florida comfortably easing their way to a win on this late Saturday evening. We have just tipped over into the month of April. Summer just around the corner, although you couldn't fool me with how the weather was here in Central Florida today. San Diego will start from the 24-yard line with probably one more chance to put it in the end zone and save some face on the offensive side tonight. And they're going to go aggressive. They've got 5 wide with Javier Vasquez under center, staring down a 4-man front for Florida. 3-step drop over the middle, pass caught by McMichaels. That's his 3rd catch of the game. Excuse me, that was Optimus Klein for his 3rd catch of the game. And they're going to go up tempo. Middle again, an excellent slant up past the 45. And here comes the up-tempo offense again. That catch made by Shea Carroll, who has been oddly quiet tonight, with the most minutes on this offense in terms of playing time in the SFL. Second only to Optimus Klein. Sidearm sling to Connor Weston into Florida territory. San Diego trying to make the most of their last 1 minute and 50 seconds. Middle overthrown and weak chance to take stock.
Yeah, a great drive here. They're running their 2-minute drill. They're getting this ball down the field. Let's see if they can turn this into some points here. Shut out of the end zone in tonight's game. Just 3 field goals. Mavericks are playing for pride. They're going to finish this one out strong. I'm sure they want to take this one in for 6.
In the gun, 5 wide again. Vasquez floats it middle, 1st down. Close to the 20-yard line. Another catch for Shea Carroll. He's up to 5 on the day. Excuse me, up to 4 receptions on the day. Another pass over the middle, gets a block and down inside the 5. They're going to spot it back at the 6. That was Ryan Owens. They maintain this 5 wide set and the up-tempo offense. Javier Vasquez finds an open receiver, and the Mavericks finally make the end zone. Ryan Owens has his 2nd touchdown on the season. And looks like there is a flag. It looks like there might be clipping. Oh, no. Oh, it's against the Storm. A late hit.
Ryan Owens with a touchdown on this play will stand in the first half. If you remember, an unfortunate play on the goal line. Ryan Owens was not able to stay in the end zone and turn a reception into 6. But a fast, great drive by the Mavericks here, running their 2-minute drill at the end of the game. Javier Vasquez finds Ryan Owens for 6.
Jason Julian was the Storm defender that picked up the penalty. So with 42 seconds to go, Florida still hanging on to a 27-15 win. San Diego makes the score look, 16, excuse me. San Diego makes the score a little bit nicer to look at, but they will drop to 0-11. And they've only got one more chance to pick up that first franchise win. They've gone for the onside kick, hoping for a Hail Mary opportunity, and that's straight into the arms of the defender. So Florida will get the football. 40 seconds to go. They could just kneel this one out.
They'll make the long trip home tonight. Atlantic Division champions.
They cannot be caught by Jacksonville, who fell in a dramatic overtime game to Vancouver earlier today. So before even stepping on the field this afternoon, Florida was the Atlantic Division champions, but they would like to punctuate it with a win. I'm sure there'll be some cursory celebrations, maybe some champagne in the locker room, but eyes on the bigger prize, which is a 4th SFL championship for the Storm and owner Max Paul. Cochran, middle, and once again, E.J. Minson just rips the ball out of the hands of a defender for a first down, and that'll do it.
And E.J. Minson was leading receiver for the Storm today. 9 receptions, just under 100 yards. Played a great game today. Was Ron Cochran's main target.
As Mike Hatt will kneel this ball down as San Diego calls their final timeout. I once again want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, all SFL season long and all day long if you've been with us since the early hours of the afternoon on Next Level Sports, the SFL's Twitch channel here on FTF. After this one ends, you can pop over to the SFL's Twitch channel to see the battle of the defenses. It is still 3-3 in the fourth quarter between Houston and DC. And just a personal note before we hit the post-game show. I will be out next week, so this is the end of the regular season for myself. Hopefully I will talk to you all again in the playoffs, as Florida will round out a convincing win. The clock hits zeros. It's the Florida Storm 27, the San Diego Mavericks 16. The Storm head home from San Diego as Atlantic Division champions.
Congratulations to the Florida Storm. Coach, owner, Max Paul, capturing that Atlantic Division championship. It's on to the playoffs for the Storm. Definitely have the eyes on the big prize this season. Convincing win here in San Diego, Michael, for the Storm. I think coming into the game, we anticipated the Storm being able to play well on the road and the Mavericks having a difficult time staying with him today. But great game for the Storm across all facets.
Doesn't look like we're going to get a player of the game officially, but unofficially, who do you think deserves the honors tonight?
Well, they had a quiet game tonight, but I think the captain, the distributor, Ron Cochran at quarterback, 90% of his passes tonight, 3 touchdowns, only 1 interception. I think he's the engine that makes the Storm go. He'd be my player of the game tonight.
I'm actually going to throw it to E.J. Minson. 9 receptions on 11 targets for just under 100 yards. And a big touchdown, and made a couple of big catches to move the chains on 3rd down as well. That'll do it from us here in San Diego. For our stats people from the Los Angeles Lycans, Tom Rahman and Michelle Colston, our producer Kevin Irvine, Benji Matson alongside me. I am Michael Tuvillo saying so long, and we'll see you next time.